Hello everyone, this is Fwipp, a junior admin over at Hardcore Server. Other people have top 5, so I figured let's do a top 5 of personal things that I think could get you permabanned from a survival multiplayer server, like this one here. These are going to be pretty general things that I believe could get you banned from any server, and that's probably why it's interesting. Anyway, I suppose, here we go! I don't really have footage of me permabanning people, but let's suspend disbelief for a moment and just follow through. Alright everyone, so as a runner-up, I have to say, if you're just running around on a multiplayer server, what is the quickest way to get yourself banned? Well, possibly not banned, but on my list it makes the simple thing that I've seen so often, which is, of course, say that you're from Planet Minecraft / asking for op. Yes, it's about the one thing that everybody who is familiar with survival multiplayer has seen possibly way too much. Me, possibly 3 times a day. It's almost a gag by now. So basically, if you go onto a server and ask them to op you or become staff immediately, you might not get permabanned, but I'm going to say you're going to lose whatever respect you might have earned from the start. I will most likely kick you, just to laugh at you for a bit, because such a tactic on any dedicated multiplayer server out there will most certainly not only not work, but about possibly 3,000 people have done it before you, so why do people keep doing it? I don't know, but it's out there. Number 5, what will get you permabanned from multiplayer server? I'm gonna say right now, ruin the economy / crash the server. This is number 5 on my list, simply because not everybody has access to the commands that this takes. But basically, most multiplayer servers, I assume, have donator ranks, and with those donator ranks come item spawn commands. Now, if the server is, for example, survival, if you were to use those special commands that you have to, you can imagine why this is something that we'd want to avoid. Say you did get to be staff on a multiplayer server out there, one thing that most likely comes with is something known as world edit commands, which are absolutely wonderful for, say, building things, you know, or moving things into other areas. But one thing it's not so good for is that with a couple of commands, you can very easily crash a server immediately. I don't even need to talk about how easy it is. But if you're familiar with it, it can just crash it right there. That's one reason why it's very hard to get ranks on multiplayer servers, because they are very, I don't want to say stingy about it, but because of the amount of power you have, they really have to take an extra step. So if you end up using such powers to ruin the server for everybody else, I'm going to have to say it's one reason you're going to be quite likely to be permabanned. Yes, I'm not talking temp bans, I'm talking removed without possibility of appeal. Those kinds of things are pretty awful. We don't do them very often. In fact, permabanning people is a very good reason to make new users not want to play here. So, yeah, all I gotta say is don't do that, and and you won't wreck the game. Alright, so anyway, my number 4 reason here is using hacks and mods to ruin people's fun. Now, in particular, I'm thinking of PvP servers. If you end up using things to kill other players without their, without being fair, it just ruins the game for everybody. I get a lot of complaints about that, and if you keep it up, I'd say that's another good way that you're probably gonna get permabanned from a server. You know, not necessarily just because it's breaking the rules. In fact, the rules that Minecraft itself has, that, you know, regular players shouldn't be able to fly and kill people without missing and, you know, be invincible and that kind of stuff. But it's just the fact that on servers that are PvP, the one thing that really has going for them is that it's equal. You know, people have equal chances to earn armor and stuff like that, so using hacks and mods to ruin people's fun is not only something that everybody is going to report you to the staff for doing, but if kept up, is a very easy way to get yourself permabanned. Alright, and number 3 for what might get you permabanned from a server, a little bit obvious perhaps, but very likely to get you permabanned, is going on a griefing spree. Yes, Now, on servers that really care about grief, or even this one where we've got an anti-griefing plugin, you might think to yourself, that doesn't seem that bad. People can just protect their houses, and then nothing really bad happens. Well, the thing is, you have to realize that new people to the server might not know how the protection plugins work. So, yeah, if you run around and destroy, like, I'm not talking 20 blocks, I'm talking, like, thousands of blocks from every house that you come across, I would say that is a very quick way to get yourself permabanned from a server, because it's a good way to tell the staff that you don't want to be here, you're just here to ruin other people's fun. And the job of moderators is to make the game fun for everybody, so if you go around showing people that that's something that you want to ruin, you will likely get permabanned, because they don't want those kind of players there. This is number 2, okay, and this is like immediately. What I think you will get permabanned for is spamming the IP of other servers. Now you might not realize, why is advertising other servers so bad? Well, here's the thing. Think of it like this. I'm on my server right now, and like, think of the trouble that it takes for people to run this thing, you know? Run it and advertise on like special sites and stuff like that. And you've got all us staff. Now, I am a player just like you guys, you know. I'm not like paid for it or anything. I just do my job to, you know, because it's part of the game, and you know, I'm a nice guy. So if you just come onto a survival, or any server actually, if you go onto any multiplayer server out there, and you start telling people, hey, join my server, not only are you telling them that you don't want to be here, and your only point of being here is drumming up your own business, but you're trying to steal people away, I would say on any server out there on the internet, people are probably going to permaban you immediately for doing such a thing. Here, we've kind of gone a little bit more lenient. We might give you a 2 or a 3 day ban if you do it. But particularly the fact that you're spamming it, in fact, you know, ruining the chat of whoever might be actually playing this game. That little keyword in there will probably make the difference between whether we think you're here to play the game or whether you're here just to push your own agenda, which is not only rude, but, you know, just pretty much something nobody wants to see. Alright guys, I am here, and at the shop, and yes, I'm invisible, but whatever. My number 1 thing that I think you will immediately get permabanned from a server for doing anywhere out there on the internet, and particularly here, an immediate permaban, I think, will come out of this. Number 1, threatening to hack the server. Yes, I mean, put aside the fact that if you actually manage to, like, DDoS a server or proxy spam it, yeah, you'll get permabanned, but simply threatening to hack it if we don't, like, give you something or whatever you might want, you know, is pretty much the same thing in our eyes as actually doing it. You know, you don't go into a supermarket and say, give me a turkey or I'll bomb you. People just don't do that. It's just not right. So if you just run onto a multiplayer server and threaten them, yeah, you will immediately probably be permabanned, because the way that you deal with threats on multiplayer servers is pretty much like, you know, ban first, ask questions later sort of thing. Whether you have multiple accounts or not, it's just not something that you should be doing in a game. It tells everybody that not only are you not here for the purpose of playing the game, which is the point of having a multiplayer server in the first place, as far as I'm aware, but you're just someone that they will want to ban for the sake of, we don't want you threatening us here. I mean, I don't even think I need to talk about it so much as it's common sense that people shouldn't be doing this. But, yes, pretty much, I believe, if you go out there on any multiplayer server at all, you will be permabanned for doing these things. You know, it really depends on the discretion of the people involved, but I believe these are general things that will actually happen, whoever you are, regardless of where you are, etc. So, I'm not sure if this has been entertaining or informative in any way, but there are probably numerous ways that you can get yourself temp banned from server. So, I'd say, you know, just, first of all, you know, learn the rules, hang around, play the game, be a nice guy. All of these general things work for multiplayer servers out there, and perhaps by knowing the things that can get you permabanned from a server immediately, will possibly at least tell you guys what not to do. Yes, I have potentially permabanned people for all 5, possibly 6 of those things, but anyway, I'm a junior admin, but I'm also a player like you guys who just enjoys the game, so I hope you guys can have fun out there, enjoyed this video, whatever. This is Fwipp, signing out. See you later, everyone.